Hello students, now we are going to do the paper 2 of the model paper 1. This is G.C.E O-level examination mathematics 2 paper and you get 3 hours. So part A and part B, you get each part 6 questions and you have to do only 5 questions from each part. And it's given the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h. So in part A, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and then you get part B. Part B starting from question number 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So take the time. So each question you can spend 18 minutes maximum. So complete the paper and watch my video. So let's do the paper now. Let's do question number 1. That's about percentage rates and you are asked to find the assessed value, all these percentage questions, and share market is also there. So we'll do this question separately. You get 5 parts. Ajit pays 720 as quarterly rates for his shop. The annual rates charged is 18% of the assessed value of the shop. Find the annual rates paid. Annual rates is just quarter value is given, quarterly value multiplied by 4. So you get 720 multiplied by 4 is the annual value. 0, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 7, 28. So 2,880. What is the assessed value of the shop? So assessed value, so 18% is the rates, annual rates. This is 18%. So what is the assessed value? 18% means 2,880. So what about 100%? So 2,880 divide by 18 and multiply by 100. That's the assessed value. So simplify. You get 2 times 9, 2 times 440. Now divide by 9. 9 times 1, 9. For 54, 9 times 6. So 160. Put 2 zeros. So what's the assessed value? 16,000 rupees. So how many marks for these 2 steps? According to the marking scheme, so you get 2 marks here and 16,000, 2 marks. Let's do the next part. Ajit has rented the shop for 40,000 rupees per month. He obtained 3 months advance payment. Find the advance payment that he got. Just multiply by 3. 40,000 per month. So he took 3 months payment. So multiply by 3, you get 12 and 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 120,000 rupees. How many marks for this? You get 2 marks. Next part, a portion of the advance payment obtained. So the whole thing Ajit invested in a company which pays 4 rupees per share as annual dividend and the market price of a share is 40 rupees. What is the dividend income he obtained? So before that we need to find out how many shares he bought. So number of shares. What's the invested amount? 120,000. And market price is 40. So you get So you get 4 times 3. So 3,000 shares he bought. Each one he gets 4 rupees per share as dividend. So annual income, annual dividend income, $3,000 into 4. So you get 12,000 rupees as the annual dividend. Then next part, what is the percentage of dividend income as a percentage of annual rent? So what's the annual rent? Annual rent is 12 times 40,000, because in the previous part it says monthly rented value is 40,000. So you have to multiply by 12 to get the annual rent. 3, 4, that means 480,000 rupees. That's the annual rent. So what's the percentage value? We need dividend income, that's 12,000 rupees out of 480,000 rupees. As a percentage, you multiply by 100%. 3 zeros get cancelled out. 1 0 with this one. 12 times 4. 10 divided by 4. You get 2.5. 2.5%. How many marks for these two steps? 12,000 rupees, you get 2 marks, and 2.5%, 2 marks. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 2. That's about quadratic graphs. What is the difference here? Can you see this time? I included a decimal value as well, but it's already given, so you need to know how to mark it correctly. So you have to complete the table and answer the given questions using the graph. So let's do the question number 2. An incomplete table is given below to draw the graph of the function y equals x squared plus x minus 3. Complete the table. So substitute x equals minus 1. X equals minus 1. So minus 1 squared plus minus 1 minus 3. So you get 1 minus 1 minus 3. You get 0 minus 3 minus 3. That's minus 3 here. X equals 0. Y equals 0 squared plus 0 minus 3 minus 3. So this is minus 3. Now see, the table is symmetric. So this should be the vertex point. Now we found out the two values. Now draw the graph of the function by taking 10 small divisions along both x and y axes as 1 unit. So we'll mark it first. We'll take minus 3 to 2. So we can identify the y axis. Starting from minus 3 here, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So that's the y axis. So this is this one, y axis. So here, what's the value? Y equals 3, positive 3. So 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, only up to minus 4. Now we can draw the x-axis. So you get 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So This way 0.1, 1 small square is 1 over 10, 0.1. This way also 0.1. Now we can mark the points. Minus 3, 3. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 3. Minus 0.5. This is minus 0.5 means in between, and minus 3.25. So 3.5 is the middle of that. So somewhere here. 0 minus 3. 1 and minus 1. 2 with 3. 2 with 3. Now we already marked the points. We can smoothly connect. So I'm going to connect these 2 points with a ruler. That's all, not the whole graph. So and this one with this one. Now you have to smoothly connect the other points. So here, from here to here now. So you get something like this, and this side something like this. So this is the quadratic graph. So how many marks you are getting for this? 2 points we found, so 2 marks for that. And always 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for connecting the points smoothly. So 3 marks there altogether. 3 plus 2, 5 marks already given. So let's answer the questions using the graph. Using the above graph, write down the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry is this one. So I'll draw and show the line. So this is the axis of symmetry, this one. Passes through this point. So what is the equation? So this passes through minus 0.5. So x equals minus 0.5. Coordinates of the vertex point. So we know this point is minus 0.5 and minus 3.25. That's the point given in the table, minus 3.25. That's the vertex. Describe the behavior of the function when x increases from minus 3 to minus 1. So minus 3 to minus 1, just look at it. I'll show you the graph. So minus 3 from here to minus 1 up to this point. So you have to describe this behavior. We can't write at once. So we can do up to here and then here to here. So what can you write? When x is in between minus 3 and this is like minus 2.2, 2 squares to the left, no? So here we can say x is in between minus 3 to minus 2.2. What happens? It decreases positively. Decreases, function decreases positively. Then what happens to the other one? Minus 2.2 to minus 1. This is also decreasing negatively. This is below the x-axis. So function decreases negatively. Then find the roots of the function x squared plus x equals 0. What is the graph? Graph is not that. X squared plus x minus 3. X squared plus x minus 3. Now this part is 0. So that means x squared plus x. That's 0. Then what happens to the y value? Y becomes minus 3. So we can find out when y equals minus 3 of this graph, what are the x values? So this is minus 3. So what are the intersecting points? Minus 1 and 0. So x becomes minus 1 and 0. Those are the two roots values when x squared plus x equals 0. So how many marks for these steps? We have given already 5 marks. X equals minus 0.5, 1 mark. Minus 0.5 minus 3.25, 1 mark. And minus 3 to this decreases positively. Here to here decreases negatively. Just 1 mark. So 3, another 2 more. Y equals minus 3. So x becomes minus 1 and 0, 2 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5. So earlier 5 and this 5, 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 3. You have to construct an equation for area and then solve. So we'll do the first part. The area of the given trapezium is 33 square centimeters. This area is 33 square centimeters. Construct an equation for the area of the trapezium and show that value x satisfied by the equation 2x squared minus 3x minus 35 equals 0. So what is the area of the trapezium? These are 90, means these two lines are parallel. Those are the parallel sides. So half into the sum of the two parallel sides, x plus 3 and 3x minus 1, into the perpendicular height x minus 2, that's equal to the area 33. Multiply everything by 2. 2 times 33, 66 equals. Simplify here. X and 3x, 4x. 3 minus 1 plus 2 into x minus 2. Now you can simplify here. Divide the whole equation by 2 here. Can you see 2 is common? I can take 2 out and write 2x plus 1, x minus 2, and here divide by 2, I get same thing, 33. 33 equals, now expand brackets. According to FOIL, you get 4 terms and then simplify. 2x into x, 2x squared. 2x into minus 2, minus 4x. 1 into x, x. 1 into minus 2, minus 2. 2x squared minus 4x and x becomes minus 3x. Then when you take it 33 to the other side, minus 33 and minus 2, you get minus 35 is equal to 0. Now see whether you get the same equation. Yes, so that's the equation. So how many marks for creating this equation? You get 5 marks for creating this equation. 5 marks. So the next part you get other 5 marks. Solve the equation by factorization and find the length of PQ. So what's the equation we got? 2x squared minus 3x minus 35 equals 0. Now factorize. You multiply these two. 2 times minus 35 minus 70x squared. Find the factors of minus 70. The middle term should be minus 3. Minus means the difference you have to think of. 10 and 7. Which one is negative? Middle term is negative, means bigger one is negative and the other one is positive. Split the middle term to minus 10x and plus 7x. Now take 2 at a time. Take 2x out, you get x minus 5. Then 7, take it out, x minus 5. Now you see x minus 5 is common for both. Take it out. 2x plus 7 equals 0. Now, what are the solutions? X minus 5 becomes 0, or 2x plus 7 becomes 0, x becomes 5. Then here x becomes minus 7 over 2, a negative answer. Can you get a negative answer for x? If you plug minus 7 over 2, minus 2, the length is negative. So, you can't take negative value. So, that means you have to ignore this value. So, you can take only x equals 5. If x equals 5, what's the PQ length? PQ length is equal to x becomes 5, 5 minus 2, that's 3 centimeters, because the area is given in centimeter square. So, that means length is 3 centimeters. How many marks? 5 marks for this one. So, you get 1 mark for finding PQ length and 4 marks for solving. This whole thing 4 marks. Question number 4. So, this is bearing question, and speed is also there in the second part. So, let's do the question. Following figure shows 3 boats A, B, C can be seen from a person at the foot of the lighthouse. Foot of the lighthouse here. Find the bearing of B from A. So, these all are north direction from A. From here, what's the bearing of B? So, that means always we measure clockwise from north. This is 90 means this is also 90. So, how you write down bearing? 3 digits, 0, 9, 0. Find the bearing of B from C. So, C is there, B is this side. So, we need this angle, always clockwise from north is called bearing. So, that means this is 90 means this is also 90. So, 360 minus 90, that's 270 degrees. Find the bearing of L from B. B is here, from B this angle. So, we know this is 90, 90 plus 120. You get 210. 210 degrees. So, how many marks for these 3? 1 mark, 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one. 3 marks for that. Find the bearing of B from L. So, that means this angle we need. What's that angle? Look at carefully. This is 160. So, what is this angle? 180 minus 120. That's 60. So, this is 90. So, what is this angle? 30. So, what's the bearing? You have to write in 3 digits. 0, 3, 0. What is the distance of AC? AC is the whole distance. But if we can find out this distance, first you can find out the AC distance. So, according to ABL triangle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse, sine ratio. So, sine of 30 is AB over 8. So, what is AB? 8 times sine 30. You can refer sine tables and get the value, but we know that sine 30 or cos 60 is half. So, you can just multiply by half. That's 4. So, AB is 4 centimeters and BC is 2. So, what is AC? AC length is 4 plus 2, you get 6 centimeters. See, 6 kilometers. This is kilometers. So, fourth part, you are getting 1 mark, and 6 kilometers, that's 3 marks. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do part B. A train takes 1 minute and 30 seconds to pass a light post with speed 20 meters per second. What is the length of the train? So we'll try to draw the diagram. This one we can say, okay, this is the length of the train and this is the light post. So you need to pass this light post. So then the train is like this. So if this is the engine needs to go to this position and this is the corner position. So the length of this one is this is the train length. Now it takes how many kilometers? It's not given in kilometers, so we can take meters. L meters to pass, it takes 1 minute and 30 seconds. What's the speed? 20. So easily you can find out the length of the train. So what you have to do, what is distance? Speed into time. So length L is equal to, speed is 20 meters per second and the time you have to convert to seconds. 1 minute means 60 seconds and 30 seconds. 60 plus 30, 90 seconds. So 90 times 20, 0, 0, 2 times 9, 18. So you get, this is in meters. So how many marks for this one? So you get 3 marks for that. So we gave 7 before and 3 altogether, 10 marks for this question. Question number 5, that's statistics. You have to calculate the mean age. Ages of workers in company are given in the table. Age and number of workers. How many workers are there in that company? So you can add these values. 4 plus 7, 11. 11 plus 30 and 20, 50. Plus 25. Plus 10 and 4, 14. Add all together. 5, 6, 4, 10. 1 remaining. 2, 7, 9, 10. So 100 workers are there. Find the model class, one which has the highest frequency. 36 to 40. So this is the highest value. So that's the model class. So how many marks? 1 mark for finding the total and 1 mark for the model class. Find the mean age of worker to nearest whole number by taking mid value of the class interval 45 as the assumed mean. So here 41 to interval. So this one we have to take. So 41 to 45. So 41 to 45 as the mid value, as the assumed mean. So we'll take that one. So this is the mid value. So we have to take, this is the assumed mean. So you get age 26 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40, 41 to 45, 46 to 50, 51 to 55, 56 to 60, and mid values we'll take as x. So add and divide by 2. 56 divided by 2, 2 and 8, 28. That means adding 2. 31 plus 2, 33. 36 plus 2, 38. 41 plus 2, 43. 48, 53. Those are the mid values. Now we can write down the frequency. 4, 7, 30, 20, 25, 10 and 4. The total we got 100. Now we can take the assumed mean as 41 to 45. This one, 43 is the assumed mean. So what's the deviation? Deviation means x minus assumed mean 43. A is 43. Now subtract. So here you get 0. What's the difference here? 28 to 33? 5. So minus 5, minus 10, minus 15. Here you get positive 5, 10, 15. Now construct the column FD. Multiply. Minus 60. 7 times minus 10, minus 70, minus 150. 25 times 5, 125, 100, 4 times 15, 60. Now take the total. Positive values total is 285. Negative values total, you get 0, 8, 280 and 285, that's 5. So what's the mean? Mean is assumed mean 43 plus 5 over total, that's 100. So sigma FD over sigma F. So 43 plus 0.05. So you get 43.05, but they asked to write down the value to the nearest whole number. So 43. So what's the unit? This is age. 43 years is the mean age. So how many marks for this step? You get 5 marks. So 5 marks for this one. So you get 1 mark for mid value, 1 mark for FD, 1 mark for finding the total, substituting to mean formula, that's 1 mark, and final answer 1 mark. So 5 marks altogether. Part 4. How many workers are there in the interval? Include the mean. Mean is 43. Where is the interval? Include 43, this interval. So how many are there? 20. So 20 out of 100. So 20 people are there. So 20 people. Find the mean age by taking the upper limits of ages in the interval. So earlier we took the mid value as the x value, but now they want to take as the higher value. 28 becomes 30 now. 33 becomes 35. 38 becomes 40. All x values increases by 2. 43 becomes 45. What happens when all the x values increases by 2? There are 100 values. So 100 times 2, 200, and 200 divide by 100, you get 2. So the mean, new mean is also increases by 2. So easily you can do new mean is equal to earlier 43, add 2. 45 years is the new mean if the x becomes the upper limit. Always each and every value increases by 2. So 2 times 100 divide by 100. You get 2, increases by 2. So how many marks for 4th and 5th part? 1 mark for finding this. And 45, that's 2 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 2 marks, 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 6. You get laws of logarithms and indices. And then you have to use the logarithmic table to find out the solution. So let's do part 1. Find the base A value for log A base 3 plus 2 log A base 2 plus log A base 75. How you do? To apply the laws of logarithms, you have to take these 2 inside as a power. So what happens here? Log A base 2 squared. 2 squared becomes 4. Now again you can use laws of logarithm. Addition of logarithms becomes multiplication inside. Log A base 4 times 75. That's equal to log A base 3 plus 2. Now we can take this one to this side. Take log term to the other side. 4 times 75 minus log A base 3. Now again you can use laws of logarithms. Subtraction becomes division of logarithms. 4 times 75 here and 3 down. Then what you do? Simplify. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 6 and 5, 25 times 4, 100. Log A base 100 is 2. Now write as an index notation log 10 base 100 is 2. So 10 squared, you can write as index notation 10 squared is 100. So what can you do? A squared is 100. You can write like that. So 10 squared is A squared. So what's the A value? Same power. You can compare the bases. A should be equal to 10. So how many marks for this one? 3 marks for finding this answer. So you have to use laws of logarithms. Part B, now indices simplification. So 27 over 8 to the power minus 2/3 plus 1 over 3 squared plus 11 to the power 0. Negative power you can make it to positive by taking the reciprocal. So I can write 8 over 27 to the power positive 2/3. This one, 1 times 1, 1, 3 times 3, 9. 11 to the power 0, any number to the power 0 is 1. Now we can simplify this one. 8, how can you write as a power 3? What's the number? 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 2/3. 27, 3 to the power 3. 3 get cancelled out. What's the answer here? 2 to the power 2. That's 4. 3 to the power 2, 9. Now add it. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 over 9. Same denominator, you can just add the numerators. Plus 1, you can write 1 and 5 over 9. So you get marks here 2. Part C, find the value of this using logarithmic tables. So you have to use the log tables. So we'll take r as the value. R is equal to square root of 0.0169 into 7.25 square. So you can write as power half. Square root means power half. Multiplied by 7.25 square. Take log both sides. Log of r equals, you can take half down, half log 0.0169 plus, because multiplication, you can write plus. 2, take it down, log of 7.25. Now, you have to refer the table. Now, here before that, this means 1, 2. Bar 2, and you are getting the value, divide by 2. This one, multiply by 2, 7 point something means 0 point something. Now, we'll refer the table. So, we'll take the table 16, 9. So, 16, 9, 2279. Then 72, 5. Second table, 72, 5. 8603. Now we'll divide by 2. 2 and 2, you get bar 1, 1, 1, 2 times 3, 6 and 9, 18 and 5. Here, without writing 5 there, we can just write down, add 1, so 40. So I can write 40. And this one multiplied by 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 8, 16 plus 1, 17. Now add this bar 1.1140, 1.7206. When you add it, you get bar 1 and 1 becomes 0. 0.8346. Now take antilog to find out the r value. Antilog of 0.8346. What's the value? We have to refer the table. 8346. It's in the second table. 8346. 4 is there. That means 68, 3, 3. 68, 3 and 3. 68, 3, 3. And this is 0 point something, so that means 6.833. That's the value of this. So, how many marks for this logarithmic question? So, you are getting how many marks? 5 marks for the whole thing. 6.833, 5 marks. So, you get 1 mark for using laws of logarithms, 1 mark here, then referring the table here 1 mark and here 1 mark. So 3 marks and another 2 marks. So simplification 1 mark and the final answer 1 mark. So 5 marks for this one. Previous part 2, 7 and this one 3, altogether 10 marks. Let's do question number 7. So 7 to 12. Again, you have to take only 5 questions. So this is part B of paper 2. This is arithmetic progression. So both are arithmetic progression. So we'll do the question. The sum of an arithmetic progression is given by Sn. Already given the sum. Find the sum of first 9 terms. So that means n equals 9. When n equals 9, S9, sum of first 9 terms. 9 over 2, 3 times 9 plus 1. You get 27 plus 1, 28. 2 times 14 is 28. 9 times 14, 9 times 4, 36. 3 remaining, 9 times 1, 9 plus 3, 126. Find the sum of first 10 terms. That's n equals 10, S10. 10 over 2. 3 times 10, 30 plus 1. What you get? 5. 5 times 31. 155. So how many marks for these 2 steps? You get 2 marks here. 2 marks for this step. Next one. Find 10th term. We did sum of 10 terms. We did sum of 9 terms. So what is this one? The difference between those two is the 10th term. So you can write T10 is equal to S10 minus S9. S10, 155, 126 other one, 155 minus 126, 29. So 29 is the 10th term. So how many marks for that? 1 mark. So altogether 5 marks for part A. Part B, the first 3 terms of an arithmetic progression are 3p, q and p plus 2. Find the value of p in terms of q. We know that the difference between the 2 consecutive numbers is a common difference because this is an arithmetic progression. So we can write difference between the first 2, that's qy minus 3p. That's the common difference. That's equal to difference between these two. P plus 2 minus q. Now simplify. Q, when you take this one to this side, minus q becomes plus q. 2q equals 3p. You can take it to the other side. 4p plus 2. They are asking find the value of p in terms of q. So other way around. So you need 4p. Take 2 to this side. 2 cube minus 2. Divide both sides by 2. You get q minus 1 is equal to 2p. Then what is p? P in terms of q. P becomes q minus 1 divided by 2. So how many marks? So first part, q minus 1 divided by 2, just 1 mark. Then second part, it says find the first 3 terms when q equals 7. So q equals 7. So we'll do the second part. When q equals 7, what's the p value? P becomes 7 minus 1, 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. Now, what are the 3 terms? So, here what are the 3 terms? 3p. 3 times 3, 9. Then the term q, that means 7. Then p plus 2. So, 3 plus 2 becomes 5. So, those are the 3 terms of this progression. And the third part, how many terms are added to get sum of 24? So, sum is 24. So, how many terms are there? So, that means you have to find n. So, how many terms? Now, look at carefully. Sn is 24 is equal to n divided by 2. And do you know the first term? First term is 9. So, you can use 2a plus n minus 1d formula. So, 2 times 9, 18 plus n minus 1d. What's the common difference? So, here 7 minus 9 or 5 minus 7, that's minus 2 multiplied by minus 2. Now, we have to simplify and find n. N over 2. 18 minus 2n minus n minus becomes plus 2. So, you get plus 2 here. That's equal to 24. So, what you get there? 18 plus 2, that's 20. So, you get 20 minus 2n is equal to 24. Now, what's the next step? You can take 2 out here. 2 is common. So, remaining part 10 minus n is equal to 24. Now, can you see 2 get cancelled out? You get a quadratic equation. 24 equals 10n minus n squared. Take all terms to one side. N squared minus 10n minus here this one plus 24 equals 0. What are the factors of 24 to get minus 10? Plus 24 n squared. What are the factors? This is positive. Addition we have to think. 12 and 2, that's difference. So, 6 and 4. 6n and 4n both should be negative because middle term is negative. So, split the middle term to minus 6n and minus 4n and then factorize. First 2 separately, second 2 separately, third one and fourth one. So, n you can take it out, n minus 6. When you take minus 4 out, that's n minus 6. N minus 6 is common. Take it out. And n minus 4 is remaining. So, that means it can be n minus 6 is 0 or n minus 4 equals 0. So, what are the values? N becomes 6 or n becomes 4. Now, this is a situation where you get 2 types of progression with the same sum. Let's see. N equals 6 starting from 9. 9, 7, subtract 2, 5, subtract 2, 3, subtract 2, 1, subtract 2, minus 1. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sum is 24. And n equals 4 is also 24. Why? This is 1 and minus 1. The sum is 0. That's why here in this progression, for 4 terms also sum is the same. For 6 terms is also the sum is the same. So, you get 2 values for n. either 4 or 6. So let's give marks. So we gave marks for the previous one, 1, and the second part we need to give marks. Second part, 975 p equals 3, that's 1 mark, and 3 marks for solving the equation and finding 2 possibilities, that's 3 marks. So we gave 5 marks, 3, 4, 5, and the previous part 5 marks. Question number 8, you have to use compass and the ruler. So this is construction question. So you get 3 parts here. Let's use compass and the ruler to construct. So first we'll draw a line and see. So we have to construct this diagram. So we'll first read and sketch it. Use only straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses for the following constructions. Show the construction lines clearly. PQ is 9.2 and PS is 5.2. So here if you draw PQ as 9.2, PS is 5.2. SPQ is 60 degrees. So 60 you have to construct. S is somewhere there. So PS is 5.2 and PR is 10.2. So 10.2 and QR 6.1. So 6.1 and this distance is 10.2. So you can find the R point. Then construct the PQRS quadrilateral. So that's what you have to do. So let's take the ruler and the compass. We'll take, first we'll draw a line. So you have to take the compass now. 9.2. length. So you mark it first here and here. Mark PQ. That's 9.2 centimeters. Then you can construct SPQ, 60-degree angle. You can use the compass for that. So how you construct 60-degree angle? You take any length, draw an arc here, arc in the middle like this, and then keep it here and mark this arc. And you can construct the 60-degree angle. This is 60. And PS is equal to 5.2. So take the compass and measure now 5.2 length. And keep on top of P point and mark this point. That's PS. So 5.2. Now PR is 10.2. So what we can do, we can measure 10.2 length, and you can keep on top of P point and draw the arc. And what's QR? QR is 6.1. So you can measure 6.1 and now you can find out the R point. So you draw an arc. Now the intersecting point of these two is R point. Now you can complete the quadrilateral. QR is 6.1 and PR is 10.2. So this is PR, 10.2 centimeters. So that's the quadrilateral. Then it says, construct the circle with the center O which passes through QRS. So that means you need to draw perpendicular bisectors and find the center, intersecting point of two perpendicular bisectors. So we'll first draw the perpendicular bisector of Q and S. You take the compass. Take any distance. I'll use different colors so that you can see clearly. So take any distance. You draw an arc here, this side and above. So we are trying to draw the perpendicular bisector of SQ, and keep the compass here and draw the other arc here and the other arc here. So now we can see you have to do it again because you can't see the intersecting point. So this one. Now we have the perpendicular bisector for this one. That's one perpendicular bisector. Now we have to draw the another perpendicular bisector. So I'll take now SR. Take any distance. Draw an arc above and below. And keep the compass on top of R. You can draw the other arc here and this arc here. Now connect the 2 points, this and this. Now that's the other perpendicular bisector, intersecting point of these two bisectors, perpendicular bisectors. So this is this one and this one. So this is point O. That's the center of the circle. Now we'll try to construct this circle. So you keep on top of the center and you have to take the length either PQ, not PQ, OQ or OS or OR. Now see whether it passes through all 3 points. Yes, now you can draw the circle. That's the circle passes through SRQ. Measure the radius. So we'll see what's the radius. So this is the radius. So you keep that one on top of the ruler and measure. You get 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters is the radius. So we'll write down radius is equal to 4 centimeters. Then part C, if PR intersects the circle at T, this point T, measure PT length, this distance. So you can measure this distance PT. So measure that here to here. So you can keep that on top of the ruler and measure the length. So you get this much, 2.8. So 2.8 is the PT length. So you can write PT length is equal to 2.8 centimeters. So that's the construction question, and we'll see how many marks for all these steps. So you get 1 mark for PQ length and PS length 1 mark, measuring angle 60, that's constructing 1 mark, 10.2 1 mark, and QR 1 mark, and constructing the PQRS quadrilateral 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Then perpendicular bisectors 1 mark and the circle 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And radius 1 mark 9 and PT length 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Question number 9. So this is circles are there, so you have to use circle theorems. The exterior angle of 5x-sided polygon, regular polygon, is 24 less than the exterior angle of x-sided regular polygon. Construct an equation in terms of x and y by solving. In terms of x only, by solving, find the value of x, find the exterior angle of 5x-sided regular polygon. So we have to find out the exterior angle of 5x-sided regular polygon. So how you find out the exterior angle? You know number of sides. So exterior angle is 360 over n. You can use that. So 5x-sided polygon, that means 360 divided by 5x. For other one is 360 divided by x. The difference is 24. So which one is bigger? When you divide by x or divide by 5x, the denominator becomes bigger, the value is smaller. So that means 360 over x is bigger. That minus 360 over 5x The difference is 24. Now we have to get rid of this denominator. So multiply everything by 5x. 5x 360 over x. 5x into 360 over 5x. 24 times 5x. X get cancelled out. 5 times 360, 1800. 5 get cancelled out. Here x also get cancelled out. 360 is equal to 24 times 5, 120x. Now, what's the difference here? 0, 4, and here 4 and 4, 8. So this is 1. 1440 is equal to 120x. So what's x? 1440 divided by 120. 0 get cancelled out. 12 times 12, 144. X is 12. So find the value of x and then find the exterior angle of 5x sided regular polygon. So x is 12. So what is the exterior angle when it's 5x sided? Exterior angle becomes 360 divided by 5x. 5 times 12. So 360 divided by 60, you get 6. So that means exterior angle is 6 degrees. Let's take this question and give marks. So how many marks for the steps? Creating the equation, this one 1 mark, and x equals 12, 1 mark. And finding exterior angle, that's 1 mark. So 3 marks for this step. Part B, write down the theorem related to angles in the semicircle. So if this is a circle, semicircle means this is the diameter. What you know about the angles in the semicircle? All angles are 90 degrees. So that's the theorem related to semicircle angles. So you can write angles in a semicircle is 90 degrees or is right angle. So you get 1 mark for that. Part 2, ABCD points on the large circle and CPDQ points are on the small circle. If AB is the diameter, so this is the diameter of the large circle, and PDA and BCP both are straight lines, find the value of these angles. So we'll try to find out BAC. This angle, this is given 38 and this is 55 given. How we find out that angle? Now look at ADCB, quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral. This is the exterior angle. So when you extend BC line, this is the exterior angle. That's equal to this angle, opposite interior angle, that's 55. So this is 38. So what is BAC angle? 55 minus 38. 17 degrees. ABD. ABD. this angle. What can you say about that angle? Look at carefully. This is 38. And here, same segment angles also equal. So this is 38. If this is 38, this is 38. And this is 90 degrees. You can subtract and find out the angle. Is there another way to find out easily? Think about this triangle, this one. So it's not there. So I think that's the easiest way to find out. So before that, shall we write down what's the theorem we used? Exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angle. Now ABD. Now look at this one. We can write, if this is 38, this is 38. And AB is the diameter, this is 90. Now we can find out ABD angle. What is ABD angle? Is 180 minus all the other angles. This one we found 17. This one 38. Those two. And this one 90. So 180 minus addition of these three, 8 plus 7, 15, 1 remaining, 10, 13, 14, 145, 35 degrees. So 35 degrees is ABD. This is 35. Now let's do the next one. BQC. BQC. Where's BQC? BQC. This angle. So we'll take a different color now. So you need this angle. BQC. What can you say about that angle? Sum of these two is this one. That's the exterior angle. So you can take this angle. That's what we did in second part, ABD. That's 35 plus this angle is 17. 52 degrees. You can write exterior angle is sum of opposite interior angles. Now we'll try fourth part, CPD. CPD, this angle now. We have to find out this angle. I'll take another color now. This angle. How can you find out that angle? If we can find this angle, this is 55, so you can subtract from 180. How can we find out this angle? This one. Look at carefully. So we found BQC. BQC is here, this angle BQC is the exterior angle to this cyclic quadrilateral. Can you see easily? This one is same as this one. So you can straight away find out, no need this angle. So QCPD, cyclic quadrilateral, this is the exterior angle. So this is equal to that as well. So BQC is same as CPD. So we found BQC is 52. So that's also 52. So we found all angles. So how many marks? So 1 mark for finding 17-degree angle. Then 1 mark for 35-degree angle. And BQC 52 degrees. 1 mark. And 1 mark for this angle as well. 4 marks for that. So we did all steps, but we have one more part for this question. Part C. Name an equiangular triangle to PCD. PCD. So I'll take the triangle PCD. PCD. Now look at carefully. PCD and ABP triangle. This one and this one. Because we found, now this is 55. And ABC angle, we found 55. 38 and this one 17. This is 17. You get 55. So this is 55. This is common. So definitely this angle is equal to this angle. So what's the equiangular triangle? To PCD triangle and ABP triangle. That's 1. 2. Name equiangular triangle to QCD. QCD. So QCD is this triangle. Take a look at this triangle. ABQ triangle. Why these are equiangular? This angle is equal to this angle, opposite angles. Then same segment angles are equal. This angle is equal to this one and this angle is equal to this one. Same segment angles. So you can write QCD. QCD triangle and QCD triangle and QAB triangles are equiangular. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for this. So altogether 10 marks. 2 and 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 10. That's also proofs. So there are 5 parts. PQR triangle and QAS triangle are equilateral triangles. Midpoint of QR is S. So this is S. This is S. Area of PQR triangle is 96. So the bigger one is 96. Find the area of AQS. So this is the midpoint. Now look at carefully. When you take this triangle, all sides are equal and these sides are the mid values. But both are equilateral triangles. So when you take the area, base is QR and the height is this. So this one, this is the mid value. So length is half of that. Height is also half of that. So we'll see AQS triangle. Area is half times we can take half of the earlier one, h over 2, half of the earlier one. If h is the perpendicular height and base is also half of that, h over 2. But we know half into h into h, that's equal to 96. That's the PQR triangle. So half into h into h. So you can write half into h into h. This one, this part, there's 4. Divide by 4 or 1/4 of that. So that means basically what you have to do, 96 divided by 4. You get 2, 8. So 4 times 4, 16. So 24 square centimeters is the area of AQS. Now the second part, find the area of PQA triangle. PQA triangle, this one. Now look at carefully. These are equilateral triangles, no? So this is 60, each angle. And this is also 60. Now what can you say about the two lines? Alternate angles are equal. So these two lines are parallel. This angle is equal to this angle. So the two lines are parallel. Now look at this triangle. Now these two lines are parallel. Same base PQ and the height is in between the two parallel lines. What can you say about PQS triangle and PQA triangle? PQA triangle and PQS triangle. That's the same area, 1 to 1. Same area because same base PQ and the same height. I'll color that one and show you these two triangles and this one. So this one and this one. But we know what's PQS triangle? Half of PQR. Half of 96. So what is PQA? PQA triangle is half of 96. That's 48 square centimeters. So how many marks for these two steps? 2 marks for 24. 48 also 2 marks. Let's take the next one. Find the ratio between area ABQ. ABQ triangle, this one. So let's color that and see. This one. ABQ triangle, this one. And PBS. PBS triangle. PBS triangle. What can you say? We'll color that also. These two triangles, what can you say? We found this area is same as this area. When you subtract the common area PQB, those two areas also equal. So we can say PBS triangle is equal to QAB triangle. Why? because of this one. So you subtract. We found PQS triangle minus PQS triangle minus PQB triangle, and this one PQA triangle minus PQB triangle. Same thing, we subtract. So you get these two are equal. Now, how we find out this area? This is half of the triangle, and here this is the, so same area. So what's the ratio between these two? So you can say ABQ area, PBS area, when you divide, that's 1 to 1. Same ratio because same area. Next one, find the ratio between area of PQR. PQR, that's the bigger one, that's 96. AQS. So AQS we found before 24. You can use that one to find out the ratio. PQR triangle over AQS triangle. PQR is 96 and this is 24. That's 4 times bigger. So 4 to 1 ratio. So the ratio becomes 4 to 1. And find the ratio between area ABS. ABS, this one, and PBS. PBS, this one. What can you say? These two are equal. If these two are equal, means other way around also these two are equal. So that means exactly divide by half. So B becomes the midpoint. So we can say ABS triangle. If you take height is this one, ABS triangle, ABS. So BS is half of the base. QS and PBS. PBS triangle is, this is height. Height becomes H. This is H. That's, if B is the base, B over 2. So we'll write down and see ABS triangle to PBS triangle. ABS triangle. So we'll take B here, half times base into height. BS. Height is H over 2 because height is half of that. Then what about PBS? PBS means half into base is the same. That's B, but height is H. Height is H here, H over 2. So B get cancel out, half is get cancel out, H get cancel out. So the ratio is half, 1 to 2 ratio. So how many marks? So let's see how many marks. 1 to 1 ratio, 2 marks. And 4 to 1 ratio, another 2 marks. And 1 to 2 ratio, 2 marks. So you got 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 11. So this is about volume. So we'll do that question separately. The length of a pencil made with graphite is 14 centimeters and the diameter is 7 millimeters. The diameter of the graphite part is 1 millimeter. Find the volume of graphite part. So this is like something, a pencil. So this is the graphite part. This is the length of the pencil. and we'll mark the lengths. Here the length is 14 centimeter, convert to millimeters, 140 millimeters. And the diameter of this whole thing, 7. And diameter of the small part is 1. That's the graphite part. Find the volume of the graphite part. So here you have to find out the volume of the cylinder. You get a cylinder part, pi r squared h. Pi is 22 over 7. What's r? Radius is half. Pi r squared h. H is 140. 7 times 20, 2 times 10 and 2 times 11. 11 times 10, 110 millimeter cube. That's the volume. Find the volume of wooden part. That means the volume of the pencil minus the volume of the graphite part. What is the volume of the pencil? Pi r squared. So that means 7 over 2 into 7 over 2. H 140 minus 110. 7 get cancelled out. 2 with this 11, 2 with this 70. So 70 times 7, 490 multiplied by 11 minus 110. So what's that? 590. How you multiply by 11? What's the easiest way? You write down the two numbers separately and we add it. You get 9 here. 9 plus 4, 13 and 1 you have to add. So this becomes 5. 5390 minus 110. 0, 8 and 2 and 5. 5280 cubic meters is the volume of the wooden part. So how many marks for that? So 110, 3 marks and 5280, 3 marks for that. 6 marks already given. So let's see the next part. Find the ratio of volumes of graphite part and wooden part. So we found out separately. So what's the volume of graphite part? 110. 5280. So 110 over 5280. 0 get cancelled out. 11 times 1. 11 times 4, 44 and 8 remaining, that's 8. 1 to 48 ratio. Find the volume of a square base pyramid with base area 36.9 square centimeters and perpendicular length 20 centimeters. So that means a pyramid with square base, something like this. So this area is 36.9 and the height, perpendicular height is 20. So what's the formula? Volume of a pyramid, 1/3 base area 36.9 into perpendicular height, that's 20. 3 times 1, 2, 3. Multiply by 20 means put 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 1, 2. Put 1 decimal place. 246 cubic centimeter is the volume of the pyramid. So let's see the marks. 2 marks for this and 2 marks for volume. So earlier 6 and this 4, you get 10 marks for this question. Now take the next one. Last question. That's about matrices. So we'll do that question. Following table shows sales of 3 types of fruits in a fruit stall on weekend. First weekend, second weekend. So orange is given. Orange, pawpaw and mango. Write down the matrix A with size 3 by 2 means 3 rows, 2 columns. Which fruit sells on the first weekend? So this one. So you can write 25, 30, 16, 40, 20 and 20. So that's the matrix A, sales on first weekend. So that's 3 by 2. Write down the matrix B with size 3 by 2 which shows fruit sales on the second weekend. So what's the second weekend? 15, 50, 24, 60, 24, 70. That's also 3 by 2. So how many marks for these two? 2 and 2. 2 marks each. Next one. If x equals half of a plus b, find matrix x. X becomes half a plus b. So we need to get the values 25, 30, 16, 40. 25, 30, 16, 40, 20, 20. A plus b. What's b? 15, 50. 15, 50, 60, 70, and 24 there. Now we can add, because same size matrices you can add. So half is there. So we can add the corresponding terms. 25 plus 15, you get 40. 30 plus 50, 80. 16 plus 24, 40. 60 plus 40, 100. 20 and 24, 44. 70 and 20, 90. Now divide all these values by 2. So you get 20, 40, 20, 50, 22 and 45 as the X matrix. That's also 3 by 2. So what's the mark? You are getting 20, 40, 20, 50, 22, 45. 2 marks for that. So 6 marks given. If price of an orange is 40 rupees, price of pawpaw is 60, price of mango is 50. Write a matrix size 1 to 3. That means 1 row, 3 columns. That's P. About the prices. 40 rupees for orange and 60 rupees for pawpaw and 50 rupees for mango. So that's matrix P. Find matrix PA. So PA, can you multiply? This is 1 by 3 and earlier 3 by 2. You can multiply because the number of columns in the first one is same as number of rows in the second one. So what's the resulting matrix? 1 by 2. So you get 1 row, 2 columns. So P equals 40, 60, 50 multiplied by A. A you get 25, 30, 25, 30, 1640. 2020. Now we'll multiply. What you get? First value is first row, first column. 40 with 25. We'll multiply separately and add. 40 with 25, you get 1000. 60 with 16, you get 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 1, 6 plus 3, 9. 960. 50 with 20, 1000. So what's that? You get 2960. Now the second value. 30 with 40, 1200. 60 with 40, 2400. 20 with 50, 1000. So when you add it, 4600. So that's the PA value. How many marks for that? So you are getting just 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one as well. Now we'll multiply and get the other one. It says find matrix PB. So P, what's the value? 40, 60, 50. And matrix B, we have to refer matrix B. 15, 50. 15, 50. 15, 50, 60, 70, 24, 24. Now multiply and get the answer. Again you get 1 by 2 matrix, because 1 by 3, 3 by 2. So 1 by 2. So multiply and add. 40 times 15. 600. 25 times 60. 1440. 50 times 24. 1200. 3240. Now the other multiplication, 40 with 50. 2000. 60 with 60. 3600. 50 with 70. 3500. 9100. So we'll see how many marks for that. You get 2 marks. So we gave 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. So that's the last question in this paper. So we covered all questions in the paper. So how many questions altogether? 12 questions, but you have to answer only 5 questions from part A and 5 questions from part B. So make sure that you do all questions and then watch my video to check your answers.